Good afternoon. Welcome to a bonus video. The first class period, I got a little carried away and took up a lot of time, so I wanted to give you a quick video on how to work with templates. I want to do two things here. So we can create our own templates like that we use for parts or drawing files. And I will show you how to do that, how to save it as a SolidWorks template. And then I also want to show you how to connect it so that when you open up SolidWorks, it will show you the templates that you have available. And then you can insert new templates in there as we go along in the class. So I will share screen, get into SolidWorks, and like my Saturday afternoon casual wear. Anyway, let's go ahead and look at some templates. I'm going to share screen, and you can look at my SolidWorks. Okay, so we want to create a template. And when we started out in chapter 2, we created folders. So we went to what I am going to confirm that we have the correct software in the folder. We have what's called an ENG design with SolidWorks folder. The one that you can download from the book has like 79 megabytes of megabytes, has 79 megabytes of information, which is quite large because that will include the electrical, which we are not using in this class. So you do not need to include that when you load SolidWorks onto your computers. The one that we have put together that's we call ENG design with SolidWorks that you can unzip will be 10 megabytes. So an eighth of the size, much easier to load and work with. So let's, we will do that next class period probably. But for now, we're going to look at how to create these templates. So I have mine saved here in this ENG design with SolidWorks folder. There's an extra layer, but it's actually right here. So it's my templates. So that's where I will save it. You can, when you unzip and place this ENG design folder on your computer, you want to put it somewhere that you know where to find it easily. So I just have mine in documents and then usually the class period that we're using. So here's the one from this summer. But anyway, that's where I have my current link to the templates. So I'll put mine there. So what we did when we started the chapter was that we had you create some folders. One was called, I will show you in my, when I did it in our spring. So here's our 2022 spring class. Here's my templates. Here is the projects folder and the vendor components folder. You don't need to put this on there. I just put that because I have multiples of these. So in projects is where I saved the plate that we started doing. And we will go back to there. That'll be the next video. We'll do the plate. But anyway, so these are the folders that you will have. Is my templates, projects, and the vendor components. So that is where in my templates is where we will have you save your templates. So let's go and create one. Those folders are created on page 2-7. And then you close that. And then on page 2-8 is where we actually open up the folder. That's where we're doing file locations. So I will show you that next on page 2-9. So now we will open up a file. We don't need to open a file. We can do this without opening a file because this is a system activity, not a document activity. So find the little gear, and that is right up here Oops. Let's see. Well, anyway, it's right here. So click on options. And now up here, you see the two tabs, one tab. Really, there's one for system options and there's another for document options or document properties. So right now we're doing the system activity. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to get to the area that you create a pathway to establish your templates at the beginning of file creation. So we go up to options, we click options. Because we are not in a document right now, we have only the system options right here. Otherwise, there would also be a document properties tab right here. So what we're looking for is right here. It says file locations. So we come down and click on that. And we want document templates. Here is where SolidWorks will look for the document templates. You can establish pathways to the current template locations. So if we, right now, I'm going to edit and you can see, we'll bring these in a little bit so we can see. Right now I have, there's 3 template possibilities. Actually, 2 of them show, here's, that's a tutorial English. This is the general, my templates. And then here's one that I added in, but because this is a school computer, I need to go through a special process to get that to work. But right now we'll use this one, my templates. That's the one that's in my ENG Design SolidWorks, and then the ENG Design SolidWorks again, and then my templates. So I will put something in there so you can see how that works. Okay, so here's how we see them. We go, okay. Oops. Here is the, we'll go save. So if I want to add a route in there to my folder, I would go add. And now I'm browsing to where the location of my folder is. So I go documents, I go to my Spring folder, and then here's the my templates folder that I created. So I double click that, and then I go select folder. Now it shows up in here. If I go edit, this is kind of, because the description is long, we can't see all of it here. So if we go edit all, then we can see the folders, and there's 3, but here's the one that has my Spring on it. So if I go save and okay, that is how you would place your folder in there. Now, if we go and look at it, system options, here's our file locations, and then here they are. And there's my Spring folder. Okay, now I want to go and create a new file. So that was establishing the location, and that was on page 2-9. Now if we go over to 2-11, we're going to create a template. So if we go up here to open a new part, I'm gonna do this on the generic one, just the tutorial. So we'll pick part, and then we'll create one that we can put on my templates. So for this, we're following step 23 on page 2-11. we'll go up to options. Now that we're in a part file now, and we know that because on the top of our file it says part 4. That's just a generic name. That was hidden because I had my menu up here pinned in place. But if I take that off, we can see part 4. Now I want to create a template. So I'm going to options. Now here we see the document properties showed up. So that's where we want to go, to document properties. And then we'll go to here where it says units. So now we'll do that again because I escaped out of there. So I go options, document properties, units. And for this file that we're creating on step 28, we want it to be milligrams or millimeters gram seconds. And we want the length 2 decimal places, which is 2. To make sure that we come over, drop down, go to 2, and select none for the angle. Oops, scroll up to none. Okay, so that's what we want. And we will go, okay. So now we've established these parameters for this file that we're creating. So that's what you want to do. Just so that we can see that it's the right file, I'm going to go back in there and change them and make them really obvious. So I'm going to document properties. You want yours to be ANSI. So you want yours to be ANSI, right? But I'm going to change mine. I'm going to make mine something like GB, which is for as a Chinese format. I'm going GB, and then I'm going to go to units. I'm going to call it centimeters and change it to the length I'm going to have as none, and the angle I'm going to make so it's really obvious, like 8 decimals. I don't know who can measure 8 decimals on an angle, but anyway, that's just so that we can tell that it's different. All right, now I want to, I've got my units and my my type of drafting standard set for this. So I want to save it as a template. To do that, I'm going to go to Save As. Now I'm selecting the type of file that it will be. So I go to, okay, my name. All right, you're going to call yours step 36, you call it part millimeter ANSI. So it would be part millimeter ANSI. Oops. I already have one of these in here, part millimeter ANSI. So I'm just gonna add a little creativity here and call it Dave's Fave, just so we know that's the latest one we created. So yours will just be called part millimeter ANSI. Now we have to determine where to save this. So we want to go to Documents, and this is going in your My Templates folder. So that was Documents, Spring, and My Templates. I will save mine where that where the My Templates folder is that I have that pulls my stuff up, which is right here. So now we save it. Now it's been saved as a template. Maybe not. Okay, let's make sure we save it as a template. So I'm going save as. No, I saved it as a SolidWorks part. Okay. We want to save it as a template. So we established where we're saving it in the My Templates folder. Now we go to Save As Type, and we're calling this a part template, which is about 3/4 of the way down. The suffix is PRT-DOT, and that's SolidWorks' way of saying that this is a part template file. Here's this part template, and that is it. Okay, now we will save it. I want to save it in the right place, so I will put it. No, I want to go documents. Documents, and you will put yours in your My Templates folder. I'm putting mine in this My Templates folder. And save. Okay. We'll close that. Now let's just go and start a file, right? So we're going to a new part. Here's the My Templates folder. And why is it not in there? Let me go to my folder and see. Okay, I'm going to Documents, ENG Design SolidWorks, SolidWorks, My Templates. Here it is. Saved at 343 days, zip, PRT, DOT. So that's the right type of file. Okay, so it's in there. Part millimeter ANSI Dave's fave. Oh, just couldn't read it. There we go. Part millimeter ANSI Dave's fave. We'll try that. Click on it. So now we chose our template. We said start a new file. Now I have the file that was created using that template. And to be sure that that's the actual template that we just created, I'm going up to options and I will look at the document properties and then go to units. And here's the CGS, here's my no length and no decimals and my 8 decimal angle. So that is the correct template that I chose, just to show you that how to find it, how to place it. So we created it using the document options, document properties, units, picked our things, we chose our drafting standard, and we said okay. And then we saved it as a part template. So we did it save as. We went to our my templates folder, and then we made sure that we changed this to PRT DOT, the part template, and then we also called it part millimeter ANSI. So we did part millimeter ANSI and then saved it. Okay. All right, good. Now let's, that is how you create your template and how you establish your template pathway so that when you choose to start a file, you can go to the My Templates folder and then pick the various, the correct one that you want to pick, right? Just like that. So we will actually create these throughout the semester, or at least some of them to use in our documents. So we'll be doing some ISO and some ANSI, some inch and some millimeter. So you always want to make sure that you're using the correct template and style of dimensioning when you do your documents. Okay. All right, there you go.